And it says we're live. You probably saw me adjusting things there a little bit. Of course, it's Thursday night. I have to adjust this thing. Hold on. Didn't realize just how. I didn't realize kind of how this was. Bear with me here a second here, guys. I think that's a little bit better. It's Thursday night. I'm here. You're beautiful. Of course, that means, man, it's time for GotBot Goes Live. I'm your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, a.k.a. GotBot. Let me just adjust the microphone here a little bit too. See if that, I don't know if it'll help, but we'll see. We'll see if it helps. No promises. Maybe it'll make it worse. Who knows? Where was I? I'm your host, your most humble host, Dennis Moulton, a.k.a. GotBot. As always, please like, comment, share, of course, subscribe. And while you're at it, loud my payback. And hit that notification bell. It helps me out a ton and it lets you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, The Everything Factor, all the groups that I'm either a mod or an admin for, as well as all of my social media links, all that in the description down below. Also in the description down below. And if you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link, man. You can check us out on Patreon. You can see what we have to offer to you on Teespring, or of course you can hit the join button right here on YouTube and become a channel member. If my voice sounds a little strained, I apologize. My class has been they've been very active this week. Let me put it to you that way. They've been an active bunch this week. So it's been a lot of me having to talk extra loud and extra boisterous. And luckily I have a strong voice for it. But if my voice sounds a little bit strained, that's why. Otherwise, things are about as good as they can be, considering we're preparing for the start of another storm that's supposed to hit hard and fast. It is what it is. We'll see what happens tomorrow on Friday. I am going to just get things set up here. I hope you guys are having a tremendous week. Of course, I always hope that you guys are having a tremendous week. It's Thursday, man, weekend right around the corner. Anybody who is a wrestling fan, AEW's Revolution's the weekend. I'm looking forward to it. My buddy Andy B from Andy B Games is actually supposed to be in the province. He no longer lives in this province, but he is supposed to be in the province this weekend. So he and I are going to get together for that. So I'm pretty excited about it. I'm not going to lie. Pretty excited about that. Hey, Ken. Hey, Jason. Brian, happy to see you here. Warren, as always. Ken, Jay. Hey, Terry. As we go down here. I also want to give a huge shout out to Michael, who may be here. We'll see. As one of our new patrons, as well as Waspinator1998 as one of our new patrons. Huge props, huge thanks, huge support from those guys, and I greatly appreciate it. I'm only able to kind of grow things, improve things with the help of everyone, basically, right? And we're going to kick things off right away. I'm going to do just a tiny episode of Creator and the Corporate Man, just a very tiny one, because of something that is released here now locally, and I think the price is laughable for it. So hold on. Let me get prepared. Here. Let me get prepared. Glasses off for Creator, glasses on for Corporate Man. I should have planned this better. Okay, so we're really excited. We finally got the boxes together to send to Canada of the buzzworthy Bumblebee with Spike. The little Bumblebee with the Spike. It's going to be great. Excellent. I am so glad that you finally got that all together. And what are we going to be charging the Canadians? We were thinking about $20, about it. It's basically a Legends Bumblebee along with that little Spike. Does the Spike transform? Well, no, he's sort of just a little static figurine thing. He doesn't really transform. Is he in one of those suits from the show back in the 80s? I don't know what they're called. One of those whitish robot suits. Is that what they're called? Robot suits? I think you mean an exosuit. And yeah, he's in an exosuit. But like I said, You remember? You remember when we put Kranix in with that Quintesson pit set? What's a Kranix? Okay, let me try again. So it's just one piece of plastic. It doesn't transform. It doesn't really articulate. It's just there. It's just a nice little nod, right? Could you lay it down on its face so it looks like the motorcycle-y thing that it turned into on the show? I guess you could, but it's not really transforming. Call it one step. Then the fans are getting 2 for 1. And we'll charge $35. $35? You think they're going to pay $35 for that? They'll love it. Trust me. And guess what? We don't love it. Yeah, Toys R Us has the buzzworthy that Little Legends be, as neat as that might be, along with that little globby. I don't even know if it's Spike. It might be Daniel. I don't know what it is. Who cares what it is? $35 plus tax. I laughed. I laughed when I saw it. I wasn't angry or anything like that. I just laughed and I said, "This is funny." Like Hasbro starting April Fools early, right? It's not going to sell. It's not going to sell. It'll go on clearance. It's not going to sell for that. I don't know what it costs in the States. I have no idea what the price is for that thing in the States. Not a clue. But I bet it ain't no $35. I can almost guarantee it ain't no $35. I don't know. I thought it was funny. I thought it was funny. I would never get it in a billion years. But I mean, to each their own. Even after I saw reviews for it, I was like, this is not that great. And I didn't get it. And I'm happy I didn't get it. So it is what it is. If you got it and you got it for less than $35, then cool, man. I'm happy for you. As we go down here a little bit, hope my what? Hope my what? Oh, internet works. There was no space there. There's no space there. I'm doing all right. I'm doing okay. Ultra Megatronus. You know, I'm alive. Can't ask too much more than being alive, I guess. Kingdom Galvatron turned up this weekend, and he's good. Got the good shoulders. Nice. Also got a thrilling 30. He means Springer. Look, that Springer is still one of the best Transformers there ever was. I don't care what anybody says. Hey, Rob. Over in S, so expected a lot of snow. Yeah, storm. Yeah, stalled over Nova Scotia, so expect a lot of snow. Listen, man, listen. I'm hoping for snow day tomorrow. This is gonna be snowstorm roulette tonight, baby. Heading into Friday, I already have Monday off. So 3-day weekend could become 4-day weekend. We'll see. I don't know. A lot of it will, I guess, depend on how the weather goes. And if it stalls, then it stalls. Hey, H&E Games. Taco Bell, the only fast food that you can pay for twice. You know what? I love Taco Bell. I wish we had it here. Apparently, their meat standards don't meet like our province's standards. I don't know. I don't care. I wish we had it. I got the new Cliff Jumper and cup. No translucent plastic. I don't care about translucent plastic. It literally is a non-issue in my life. I've never had one issue with it. I don't know why people talk about it. I don't know where people live. I don't know what climatic conditions affect it. Don't affect me. Again, because they are going to be Toys R Us exclusives here, like I expect that cup and Cliff Jumper will be $45 plus tax each. No, not a snowball's chance. Not for $45. I'm not. I paid $14.99 and felt ripped off for the Bumblebee. I bet. Yeah, imagine paying $35.99. No, or $34.99. I think it is. $35 is nuts. Playing Shoot Thrill. That's a great song, man. That's a great song. Too many women and too many bills. Hey, Devlin. Love the Blaster review. Appreciate it, buddy. I'm still a little nervous with the Blaster. Like, he's cool and stuff. Don't get me wrong. But, man, I'm so afraid I'm going to just snap those wrists right off because I always want to fold them in the arm. And I wish when I folded the leg up that it was a bit smoother. It's hit or miss. Sometimes I transform them and it's pretty good, like in the review. But other times I'll do it and no, I'm there 10 minutes just trying to get the leg up. I don't honestly, I like the transformation of the FOC one better because I've never had any issue with it. And honestly, the custom Siege one that I did, I like the transformation of that better because I've never had an issue with it. This one is all right, but there's where you open out that bottom leg and bring the whole panel up. On mine, I don't know. I'm sure I'm just a butterfingers with it. It's fine. It's just I don't know. Again, this is one of those things everybody said it's amazing. So I was built up for it when I got it. I'm like, it's average. It's all right. It's not amazing. Hey, quick shot. Listen, man, I hear about time zones. Newfoundland, we got our own time zone here, and we're not in sync with anybody. So I hear you, quick shot. Should we go up here a bit because I definitely missed some stuff. First time I am either not working or sleeping. Hey, look at that. There's Mike. Just mentioned him a bit earlier. My SS Ratchet and Wheeljack are supposed to be here today. 22 each doesn't hurt yet. I hope that you enjoy them. I'm not really in for them. Again, the prices. I'm not in for them for the prices, right? There was a time I used to pick up everything, but especially with gas. Gas just went up here 4.5 cents a liter. And tonight it's going up another 14.5 cents a liter. Not a gallon, a liter. Do the conversion, do the math. We're paying, by the time it's done tomorrow, at Costco of all places, it's going to be, I don't know where you live, but here Costco is always the cheapest gas. Even at Costco, it'll probably be about $1.85 a liter. I don't know what the conversion is to gallons and stuff, but it's too much. It's too much. That's what I'm going to tell you. Let me put it to you this way. I have a Kia Forte, and to fill it with about, what, a quarter of a tank left, now takes about $75. $75. Like, just to put, like, I spend $150 a week in gas just to go to work because that, yeah, it's crazy, man. It is nuts. As we get down here a bit, you guys are chatty tonight, man. You guys are chatty tonight. Core $11.99, Deluxe $24.99. Look at that. Voyager $33.99. Yeah. Look at all those upcoming US prices. Welcome to the club, baby. Welcome to the club of it's not worth it. I think Blaster's one of the best of Kingdom. Can't agree with that at all, Jay. Mine got a nasty stress mark. It's not smooth. I don't enjoy transforming them. I'm not going to do it. I do it all the time because I'm hoping it'll get smoother. I don't know. Like, a lot of people like a lot of stuff with Kingdom that I'm only like, Blaster was very Tigatron, I don't know why that's Toy of the Year. It's okay, but like in robot mode, there's nowhere to even store the gut gun. Like, that's good. It's not good for me. Look, the benchmark was set, man. Cyclonus is the benchmark. I don't think the other ones come close to matching Cyclonus. If you do, cool. I just don't see it. Hey, Lance. All right, let's jump in. Hey, Shansi. Let's jump right in. And if I've missed some stuff here, I apologize. 4 liters in a gallon. Okay, so 4 liters in a gallon. $1.85 a liter. So let's just round it off. Let's say $2 a liter. That's $8 Canadian a gallon. Let's say that's about, you're looking at about $4.50, $5 a gallon, roughly with conversion, roughly about $4.50 a gallon. That's a lot, especially in a province that's an oil producing province. We produce oil and we're still paying that. It's insane. It's nuts. Okay, let's get. Here I am complaining about gas. Let's get into the news. Let's get into some fun stuff. So first things first, I was really impressed with this. Transform and Rollout TR02, standing at 9.5 inches or standing at, where is it? About 11 inches combined with all of his armor, with 27 points of articulation and 19 die cast parts, including many ratchets. Transform and Rollout is releasing their iteration of Cybertron or Galaxy Force Optimus Prime. It looks spectacular based on what we saw, which I think might have been the computer renders, I believe. Looks really impressive in robot mode. Looks pretty darn impressive in truck mode. I like it better than the Siege one. I feel like it has proportions that look to be more indicative of the original Cybertron offering. I don't know how it will actually work. It sounds like it'll have great articulation. It sounds like it will have great materials. We'll see how it pans out. But based on all the information so far, it's a great size. Can certainly fit in with a mainline collection, arguably fit in with an MP collection, depending on how you want it to look. But I feel like mainline is kind of where its jam is going to be. Based on the height and stuff, I feel like this is going to look nice. For example, assuming you're a Unicron Trilogy fan, I feel like that could look real nice in a display next to the impending HasLab Star or Victory Saber. I feel like Victory Saber and this Optimus Prime, this Cybertron Galaxy Force Optimus Prime, I feel like that could be something special, baby. I feel like that could be something special. We also saw from Funby Studios a printable version of the Centurion droid. Stands 7 inches. It's 3D printed, of course. It can take blast effects, which I think is really cool, like the Siege blast effects. There's also a printable version of the Key to Vector Sigma. So Funby does a lot of neat stuff and has a lot of neat designs. I like the look of this. I would love to know when it's printed just how good the fit and finish is. I have a number of printed Target Masters. Some work a little bit better than others, but it looks like a Centurion drone. It looks like one of those green Centurion drones. I mean, if you had enough green material and you wanted to, I guess you could print yourself a ton of these green drones. So it looks pretty good. Another success from Funby Studios, I do believe. Dreamstar Toys showed off their MP style slingshot. It's so weird. I don't know how to feel about this. I mean, I'm not an MP guy or anything, but I look at this slingshot and I'm like, man, that plane looks great. Man, that robot looks great. The articulation looks impressive. The transformation looks impressive. The paintwork looks impressive. Doesn't look like Slingshot to me. If I wasn't explicitly told, hey, this is Slingshot, I would never in a billion years guess it. I would say that's a cool plane robot. I would never in a billion years guess it's Slingshot. It's kind of like the Chung Toys or Kang Toys Predaking. Like, it's cool, but to me, that's a stretch to resemble Predaking. I feel like this is a stretch to resemble Superion, or in this case, Slingshot. That being said, while I think it's a stretch to resemble the intended character, I think it has presence and I think it looks spectacular. And based on the little video that was released, it seems like it's going to function pretty interesting and quite well with a pretty involved, but unique and interesting transformation. That's my, that's my quick take. That's my hot take on it. I don't know how it'll work out, but I don't know, maybe if the head was colored a bit different or something. I don't know. If it had a new head that looked like Slingshot, I'd probably be able to buy it as the character. As it is, I feel like it's a bit too much of a stretch for my personal taste. Great offering, great figure. I don't know if it matches the intended character, but that's just me. What else do we have here? Forged to Fight showed off Skywarp. It looks like the Skywarp that's in Forged to Fight is the Combiner Wars design, which I found really peculiar that they would go back that far and use that design. But hey, whatever. You're the developers. You do what you want to do. We saw a trailer for BotBots. Very comedic, very cartoony. Certainly seems like it will be aimed at a younger audience. But that being said, I'm interested to see it as well because we had all these BotBots and stuff come out. I'm interested to see if they have I guess a decent personality and whatnot. Feels very 90s cartoon to me. Like, it feels like that era to me. And I wasn't a huge fan of, like, you know what it feels like? Everybody talks about the Cartoon Network style. It feels like something that would be done in the Cartoon Network style. Like, it feels like, what was the name of that show? Dexter's Lab? Is that what the name of that show was? Dexter's Lab. Like, it feels like it's a show that would follow Dexter's Lab. Like, it feels like if it was in a time slot, that's what it would follow to me, just based stylistically on what I'm seeing. It's also pretty evident and apparent that it seems like their entire world, universe, existence seems to be outside of that of the main Transformers. I'm not even sure that they're aware that like Autobots and Decepticons exist and whatnot. It seems like their only allegiance is to their group. We're going to call it faction, but to their group, their team, whatever you want to call it. And maybe I'm wrong about that. I really don't know. I'm only going on the trailer that we saw, and it is what it is. The Micro Machines vehicles and play sets, they are out in the US. So if you're in for that and you like Micro Machines, cool, man. Go for it. Transformers are out in that. Let's see. There is a little bit of artwork to talk about. Sam Ghibli did a piece of artwork depicting the dam battle between Optimus Prime and Megatron with the Energon axe and the I'm going to call it a mace, but when I called it a mace in the countdown last week, everybody said, that's not a mace, you're wrong, that's a flail. Whatever, I don't care. It's the stick with the chain and the ball with the spikes. We all know what it is. Call it what you like. It's all right. You know, it's certainly interesting. Very, very limited. There is a version that's like a metal or something, metal plated, something like that. That's like 35 of them are being made. That's sold out. And then there was another print version. I think 94 were being made as of this program. Last I knew, there were still some of those available. Looks cool. Looks great. It's. I looked at it and I thought, this looks like the cartoon, and I like that. I'm glad it looks like the cartoon. But the movement of the body pieces, I guess, the unnatural look of Optimus and Megatron also remind me of the art style that was used in the Lady Bird books. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look up Lady Bird books and you'll know what I'm talking about. It's a really interesting art piece. It's good, but it's very different. It's good. It's obviously G1, but it's very different. It's quite a melange of like animation style and then like a style that is trying to evoke the G1 toys. It's really weird. It's very weird. It's a very interesting art piece. It's not for me, but it's a very interesting art piece if you are an art collector. What else do we have here going down? GotBot's trailer. We saw MP55 Nightbird Shadow images. Apparently her name on the box is Nightbird Shadow. Against the RC mold with a Nightbird head. There's some anime face that's included. I'm not a fan of that at all, not even a little bit. It's supposed to be indicative of the Takara Legends comic, apparently. I'm not digging this Nightbird. I got to be honest. I didn't really dig the Selects one either, even though that's the one I got. I just give me a robot. I might even cut the stuff off of the Selects one. I'm not sure. I think Lazy Eyebrow did it, and I thought it looked infinitely better. She doesn't need an alt mode. She didn't have one. I just make a cool ninja robot and you're golden, I guess. I don't know. I don't see how you can call this a masterpiece version of Nightbird when Nightbird had no alt mode. This is a stylized version of Nightbird, not a masterpiece. That's my take on it. We saw some concept art of Cyberverse Swoop. Looks fine. Looks like Swoop. I thought it was pretty neat. We saw... pre-orders, not pre-orders, release, talked about there earlier, Brawn and Ratchet and Wheeljack out in the US for Studio Series for the Bumblebee movie. I think you might even have some people starting to put up reviews and whatnot. If you are into the Bumblebee movie aesthetic, I think the Ratchet looks cool. I love the molded in detail, especially the face detail. I think the Wheeljack's my boy, right? Wheeljack's my boy. And the Brawn has a great robot, but man, I'm not digging that alt mode for Brawn. I know it's Cybertronian, but I don't like the alt mode for Brawn. I love the robot, just not digging that alt mode for Brawn. Gotta be perfectly honest. Let's go over on this side. TFCon news. Man, I'm not gonna lie. I'm so glad that TFCon LA is almost here just so I can stop hearing about it. I'm sick and tired of hearing about it, to be honest with you. More people added to the lineup. I don't know how you're supposed to see a 10th of the guests that they apparently have lined up, because I feel like every day there's 3 or 4 more. And it's been that way for like, feels like for a year. I know it hasn't been a year, but the latest ones added are Josh Keaton, who is best known as Jack Darby, who was also Tailgate in Transformers Prime, and Ed Bosco, who from the War for Cybertron trilogy played Ultra Magnus. So they've also been added. Speaking of TFCon, Fans Hobby is doing a figure called Arson for it. I assume that this is their hose head being reused. I don't like it. I gotta say, I don't like it. The fire engine is, why is like half of it yellow and then half of it red? And why are the windows pink? It's so weird. And then in the robot mode, it's obviously trying to homage Optimus Prime without being Optimus Prime, but the face is not doing it for me. If you dig it, cool. Apparently there's going to be a first come, first serve type of thing. It's going to be 80 US and it's only going to be 600 pieces. So if you want something that's a true blue exclusive, this is it. Now, that being said, important lesson here. I think that this works. I'm not in for it. I don't want it, but I know a lot of people will. And there's only 600 being made, I guess, for the world. Certainly for the con. $80 US, that seems like actually a decent price for this. I think that that's a respectable price. I think it's a fair price. I'm sure it's going to be well made. Fans Hobby does a great job. I'm just not into the look of the guy personally. That being said, this is not a mainline character. This is, I'm going to say something that's their own creation. I've never heard of an Arson unless somebody else has. And I think that that works as an exclusive. I think that's what exclusive should be. Something either more fringe or something completely new and unique. So I actually applaud TFCon for having a very unique exclusive. I applaud Fans Hobby for using what is generally regarded as a successful mold and adapting it. It's just not for me personally. If it's for you, cool. I can't argue with you. I think you're getting a decent mold at a fair price. It's just the colors are throwing it off for me. I don't have a hate on for it or anything. It's just I don't like the mix of the red, the pink, the yellow. It's not doing it for me. But I think it's good. I think it's well made and all that stuff. Dr. Wu showed off their black G1C spray. Why they're doing a black version, Nemesis C spray, I don't know. And they also showed off their, I'll call them their Rainmakers. I think they're unofficially being referred to as their Rainmakers, but it's not really the Rainmakers. First, they have an Earth mode plane. Secondly, based on the coloration, one looks like Acid Storm. He's green, of course. Another looks like Sunstorm, who is not one of the Rainmakers. Sunstorm is not as bold of a yellow. He's more of an orangey yellow with white thighs and white hands. He's his own lad. Ion Storm is the one who's all yellow. And I think it's Ion Storm. Nova Storm? Maybe it's Nova Storm. Maybe Ion Storm is the blue one. I don't remember now. It's been a while. It's been a long week. And then the last one is like a purpley color to me, to my mind. I look at that and think it looks cool. Looks like Hot Link. So I look at the Dr. Wu Rainmakers as Acid Storm, Sunstorm, and Hot Link. I think they're more of a welcoming committee homage with 2 out of 3. But that's just me. That being said, these are very tiny. I have a couple of the Dr. Wu things, namely Chatter and their version of Mohawk. We're talking 4, 5, maybe 6 centimeters. Like they're tiny. Looks really cool. Amazing articulation. Probably nice engineering based on my experiences. I've liked the Dr. Wu products that I've gotten, but they are a very niche, specific, itty bitty, tiny little, what's the word I'm looking for? Scale. Let's see. 3-0 showed up their deluxe last night. Optimus Prime, some more images of this thing. They made some deco changes to the shield. Fans complained that there wasn't enough flame detail or enough blue, so they went back to the shield and added more. I'm not going to lie. I'm not that picky when it comes to the movie stuff because there's so many colors and so much detail going on that I don't think I would have noticed it, but eagle-eyed movie fans did say, hey, you want to give us a shield with that last night Optimus Prime? That's great, but it better look right. 3-0. You guys do high end. But now to 3-0's credit, they listened to the fans right away, went back and made the changes, and I think fans are going to be happier with it. I don't know exactly what was changed, but I do look at the shield and the areas that are blue with the flame detail, and I'm like, you know what? Man, does that add an awful lot to the shield. It just gives it more vibrance, more life, more personality. And I support that. 3-0 is a great company. Fans Hobby. I talked about this last week when I talked about their Energon Optimus Prime. I said, you know what? They tried to kind of fix the proportions. He comes with his trailer. He comes with his 4 drones. I hope they can combine. And wouldn't you know it, this week, Fans Hobby showed the combined form of Energon Optimus with his 4 drone limbs, and I think it looks beautiful. Again, if you're a Unicron Trilogy fan, man, do yourself a favor. Jump on the Fans Hobby train. It's way better than what the originals were because it takes what was good about the originals and improves the articulation. I think Fans Hobby is the go-to standard for Unicron Trilogy. And it's nice that those fans are getting something because I know they don't get nearly enough. Shockwave Labs showed off an upgrade kit for Shatterglass Jetfire. Basically, it's missiles, and they're kind of on wires that are supposed to act like the, I guess, the exhaust coming out. They look really cool, great for display. I don't think I would necessarily buy it myself, but really, really creative add-on that kind of goes under the wing and looks really cool. We also have from Shockwave Labs an interesting add-on kit for, get this, Generations Metroplex. Rumor has it that the kit was done because of all of the SDCC Metroplexes that were being found at, I think the store is called City Trends in the US. So it's like a resurgence of Metroplex. And basically it's a bunch of pegs that go into a bunch of the peg holes on Metroplex, and there are a bunch of LEDs. You turn the lights off or you turn them low, Metroplex lights up, looks gorgeous. That being said, I use all my pegs with a bunch of other things that I have on them, so this kit isn't for me. I'm not an LED guy, but if it's for you and you like the LEDs, I got to say, really makes Metroplex pop. Really, really does. Very, very impressive. And they also have a filler kit for Core Class Studio Series Shockwave. I passed on that. I thought it looked good. It seems like the fillers are black. I don't know if that's accurate or not. If you have the core Shockwave and you're thinking, hey, he's a bit hollow, there's fillers. Now, that being said, isn't it funny that it was only 3 years ago, I suppose, when everybody said, wow, Warp for Cybertron is so amazing. There's no hollowness. And now there's a filler kit for core Shockwave, about 2.5, not even 2.5. We're only in the beginning of March. So 2 and 2 months later, I don't know. I think they're cheaping out, man. I'm going to check in with you guys. And I know I've missed a bunch of stuff because you guys have been talking about it. I know I've been missing. Let's see. Hey, Marcus. How far up do I have to go here? Not sure how far back I gotta go. Bear with me here, guys. How far down, man, did I? Let's see. Around here. Manitoba says, my last 3 arrived today. Blaster was in that set. Also a high all. Also a high all. Blaster. No, you shouldn't have to take your time with it. If it's engineered well, then you should be able to just transform it. I hate when people are like, you got to take your time with it and be delicate. No, if it was made well, then you wouldn't need to do that. So that's fail to me. $4 a gallon there. So there you go. So we're about on par with what you're paying. It's not fun, especially when you got to drive an hour back and an hour home for work. It stinks. Depending when I fill the Jeep in the UK, it costs 180. Oh, 100-liter fuel tank. Oh my God. Oh, Brian. I thought I was bad enough with my 60-liter. Oh man, 100-liter tank is brutal. Studio Series figures still scan for $18.99 at Target. Oh man, you're killing me. You're killing me. Scan where? How do you do this? Soundwave is $26.99. Isn't he a Voyager? Like, oh man, Jay. Oh Jay. 740 Canadian a gallon. Yep. 349 US a gallon here. So I mean, a bit more here. Even with the conversion, still a bit more hair than 349, right? Where you are. Does look good. Does anyone know anything about the company, though? No, don't know anything about the company. That's a good point. I'm trying to go down here. Let's see. Guys, now I'll talk about gas. Hey, out about Logan. Yeah, next week is TFCon. Too many TFCons, too. Like, as soon as one's done, it's like, here's the next one 2 months from now. I don't know. Hard to get hyped for anything when you hear it, like, every day. I was also going to post a potential Ratchet resale and repaint. Okay. You think Reflector is in the series? What series? I don't know what you're talking about, Blue. It's a Morningstar. It's a morning. It's not a Morningstar. Morningstar is a whip. Morningstar is a whip. That's not a Morningstar. I assume you're talking about Megatron's flail mace thing. I don't think it's a Morningstar, man. Simon Belmont used a Morningstar, and I don't remember it looking like that. Hey, Event Progenitor. The rumor is there will be an oversized Magic Square Minosaur at Generation. Yeah, I heard that and saw it pass. It doesn't look. Honestly, I'm going to say this now. I don't think that the Magic Square Minosaur looks very good. I never thought it looked very good. So you can keep that. Thanks. I'm just going to keep my Combiner Wars. I've done a bunch of work on him so that the torso is solid. I don't have a problem with him. Right now, I don't see a need to replace him. Perceptor's hitting targets. Perceptor's release date here is slated as April 1st. And knowing GameStop and probably Walmart here, I don't think we're going to see him before April 1st. I don't think we're going to see him April 1st, but we'll see. Oh, that water's cold and I needed it. Just tired of paying more for same plastic mass as I did last year, or less plastic mass than you did last year, Warren. Which reminds me, any new TF video games in the works? Anyone know? Not that I know of, really. Well, a couple, but nothing that we've heard anything about recently. Technically, Nightbird is what? Oh, okay, so she's a female ninja. Let's just say that. I'm not into all these Japanese words. I can't say them. I can't phonetically get them out. So yeah, no, she's a ninja bot. Stop making her turn into a car. Skip Braun. I'm skipping all that. Too expensive, man. As we go down here. Searching for Studio Series Perceptor. Hey, Razor Bear. Based on Last Stand of the Wreckers Pyro. See, I don't know anything about. Yeah. Now that you say it, like I read that Last Stand of the Wreckers thing once. Yeah, now that you say it, I guess. Yeah, not for me. I would ask Greg Lyle some Sly Cooper if I went. She voiced Carmelita, Fox, and Sly. I don't even know what you're talking about, so I'm going to move on. I don't know what Sly is, so pretty sure it is supposed to be Pyro. Even G1 Pyro has the same. Yeah. I don't think Pyro was that good either. Yeah, you guys are right. You guys are definitely right. Hey, Ultra. Let's see. My Rainmakers are cool as Cybertronian jets. Well, they're supposed to be Cybertronian jets. Why would the Rainmakers have an Earth mode? They never came to Earth. They shouldn't have an Earth mode. Is it because animated Sunstorm Dev? What? I don't know what you're saying, Blue. You got to be clear, man. Dev? I don't know what you're saying. Fans Hobby Arson is based on Pyro. He's a G2. Yeah, no, Blue. Keep it all. I don't care. Not getting them. Hey, live. Good evening. After the Naval Commander debacle and replacement parts, I've been reluctant to jump in head first on any new fan. I don't know anything about a Naval Commander debacle. I never got Naval Commander. I don't know what you're talking about. I never heard any issues with them. I'm not saying there weren't. I'm just saying I didn't hear it. Which I guess would make sense since I was never in for it anyway. So I've only ever heard good things about Fans Hobby, so I don't know what you're talking about. Got Tigertron yesterday. I think I saw that, man. Metroplex's heeds the call of the upgrade kits. Starting to get a bit worried for the war. Yeah. I'm not getting into politics. You worry too much, Keldeo. Shockwave Labs had a missile kit that went on Skyfire's back. I got it. They usually one for upgrade kits every now and again. Like if it's something real special, and there are some out there that's really special, but I don't jump on everything. Let's see. Managed to buy the SS86 Perceptor for what? 74. I don't know what MVR is. Pretty much. Oh, 18 USD. Okay, well that's good. That's great then. I'm probably going to finish my I think you mean Wind Blade, not Wing. Pretty soon because my battery roughly 20%. Yeah, well, then you do what you got to do, man. If you got a custom you're doing, you do your custom. Everybody got to start somewhere. I don't know how good your customs are. I have no idea. If you got a ton of skill, then great. I'm glad it looks good. And if you're just starting out, keep at it because you only get better as the skills improve and your materials improve. What red flags do you think we will see? We know your view on Bulkhead in Legacy series. In my honest opinion, you're going to see a ton of hollowness. You're going to see a lot of clear or translucent plastic, which I have no concern about, but I know a lot of people do. You're going to see reduced mass. You seem to be seeing less accessories. I honestly, I don't have high hopes for Legacy. I don't have high hopes for Legacy. I'm not super jacked about it. I'm getting the skids because I got to replace that generation's junk. But I've heard that that's a bit rough as well. I'm not impressed with Legacy. I'm kind of like, let Legacy come and let's just get it over with and move on to whatever the next thing is. Because I don't think Legacy is going to be the next earth-shattering, big, wonderful thing. Maybe I'm wrong, but it's not blowing me away. They dropped before today. I already talked about that live. The Cybertron Optimus Prime prototype stuff. Maybe they did drop today, but I already talked about that. I asked if Reflector. Oh, and BotBots. I don't know. I don't know the names of any of the BotBots. I wasn't in on BotBots. I got 2 as a gift. I never bought any of them. I don't know any of their names now. I knew some of the names at the time. They were funny. I don't think there's a Reflector in there, though. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there is. Megatron melee weapon is just a spike ball and chain. Yeah, it's called Mace. What is my life? Better not be an April Fool's prank. Perceptor on April 1st. I didn't know. What? He was a trickster. I want to stop at Combiner Wars. I want to stop at Combiner Wars Stunticons, but Legacy is gone. Going to change the game. Is it, though? Is Legacy going to change the game? Is it really going to change the game? Because I don't think it is. Honestly, I don't. Not for me. I think what it's going to do is create a problem of whether or not you want to jump on and redo all your combiners at some weird scale. The only chance I think they got of this really working widespread, especially for what the prices they're going to be asking will be, is it has to scale with Combiner Wars. It's going to have to, because you're like, let's just take, and I can only speak for the Canadian prices, but let's just take the Canadian prices. I got an entire Menasor before for 120 Canadian. That's what it was by the time you put in the Voyager and all the deluxes and stuff. It was 120 Canadian. Right away, Menasor is going to be 140 Canadian plus about, let's say 40. Let's even say 40. Let's not even go as high as 45. Let's say 40 a limb. So you're looking at 4 limbs at 40 each. So that's 160 plus 140. You're looking at $300 for a mainline. No. $300 per combiner for a mainline. No, that's too much. Hey, Waspinator, I was just talking about you earlier, buddy. Certain Infinity, there you go, working on their Transformers game. I knew that there was one kicking around, but yeah, it was a long time ago that I heard that too. Man, oh man, I missed a lot. Holy smokes. Hey, Maximal 10, Nightbird should be 6-inch G.I. Joe with the classifieds. You know what? Or Nightbird would fit in the red line. Either one. I'm skipping combiners and legacy. So am I. I'm not interested. Plus, I've heard that like the breakdown is going to be like the Prime breakdown, and you know, some of the tinting on the windshield and stuff of Wild Rider is going to be like the movie, or maybe it's Dead End is going to be like the movie stuff. And then one of them is going to have a notch like the Stunticon job, which is animated. No, I don't like the mix of different things. If the Rainmakers came to Earth, everything on Earth would turn to liquid. I don't know about that. They make acid rain. I mean, maybe it would turn to liquid. Better than $350 for a Legend Scale Combiner. Yes, don't pay $350 for a Legend Scale Combiner. That's the whole thing, Jay. Don't do that. I'm going to say, if you pay $350 for a Legend Scale Combiner, you're a moron. You deserve to lose your money if that's all cent you got with it. That's what I'm going to say. Those upgrade kits are stupidly costly. They certainly can be. Got Lift Ticket today. I reviewed him a little while ago, Grimlock Gone. Hope you enjoy him. I wasn't going to, but man, do I love that red. Boy, does that pop. Really, really beautiful. Do mix match accessories count as upgrade kits? I guess they could. I don't think I'd count it as an upgrade kit though. It's just if anything, I'd count that more as a custom. The non-economy of scale pricing, KOs. Did a German review of Bulkhead's Bulkhead's whole body is hollow. Yes, because they upped the price, and everybody said, "Don't call them out on it." And I said, "What are you going to willing to give up next?" And now they're taking stuff away again. It's the circle of life, man. And I don't know if people thought that they weren't going to do this or something, but they did it before. Do you remember Classics Universe? And then how that changed? All they did was reboot the quality of Classics Universe at much higher prices, and now they're taking it away again because that's what you do. And eventually they'll reboot it again at much higher prices, right? I mean, that's the way it is. It's life, right? Legacy is a mix and match of all lines. Yes, and I don't like that. BotBot's camera shutter. So there you go. Somebody, I think it was Blue, asked about it being reflector shutter. Yeah, I don't think any of them have like names of Transformers we know. I think it's all like new stuff, right? Hey, Big M. I feel like I'm never going to get caught up on the chat because I feel like every time I think I'm almost caught up, like it jumps down on me or something. And maybe I'm wrong, but no, I don't think I am. Let's see. I paid $125 plus for my Combiner Wars Menasor. Saying through like that Bulkhead is kind of. Through didn't really though. He said it's fine. Is it actually? You know what? You want to know my thoughts on Bulkhead? Watch Thu's review. That's what I think of Bulkhead. Like it's fine. It's a fine enough Transformer, I guess. But it's just it's a man Bulkhead. I'm not meh. Yeah. Starscream wife. She is a character. Funny stop motion I've seen. World going on his computer. What? About World going on his computer, and it's a BotBot computer. That's pretty good. Talking about me earlier. I was welcoming you, man, as a patron. I appreciate you coming in. I got like 3 or 4 things that got to go up on Patreon that I got to get edited. Actually, 2 of them I had to re-record because I accidentally deleted the files, and then I was able to recover the files for the third one. I just got to get to editing it. But I got stuff coming up pretty soon there. Transformers game. The prices are getting so bad. I wonder how legit reviewers like Thu are going to be affected. Fair question. But a lot of these bigger reviewers, though, like, they make enough that they'll survive because they are at a point where they make more than what they're reinvesting to keep their channel going, right? Not all of us are to that level. Though I am concerned about the rumor the Legacy Sundaycons will be Prime breakdown after the G1 breakdown. Honestly excited to see Commander Menasor. Not me. Here's the thing. Like, I guess I'll watch it and stuff, but like, I really couldn't care less about Menasor. Maybe it's also because he's not one of the combiners that I was ever a big fan of. I might be more stoked if it was a Bruticus. Menasor was always just kind of He was always kind of to me. And maybe that's part of it. Hey, Quilla. Through Adam's review on Legacy Bulkhead likes it, and he feels sorry for the Prime fans. Yeah, he didn't say he liked it. He said it's fine. He said, like, it's a fine Transformer. It's fine. It's fine. I guess he liked it insofar as it's a Transformer, you know. But I thought he hit the nail right on the head. As we go down here, yes, I know. Why do you keep talking about what Thu does? Just go watch the review, man. Yeesh. No. He thought it was fine. Like, I mean, he didn't hate it. I can't stand it. I think it looks like garbage. But you know, it's not a good bulkhead. Look at it. It looks like junk. I don't understand why people are like, this looks pretty good. Oh, it don't. It looks like a 4-year-old designed it, and drew a picture, and then gave it to their parent and said, "Look, Daddy, at my bulkhead." And Daddy took it and said, "This looks really good, son." And then the little boy was like, "Will you make it into plastic?" And Daddy was like, "Here's a piece. I love you, Daddy." And he was like, "Okay." So then he brought it to the boardroom and he gave it, and he was like, "Here's my design for bulkhead. Let's do it." And they were like, "Okay, let's do that." And then they said, "Let's sell it for $55 Canadian." I don't know what it's going to be selling for in the States. It's junk. It's garbage. It doesn't. No, it looks terrible. It probably functions fine, but it looks terrible, and it seems to have the laziest of transformations. I don't like it. Maybe I'll be surprised once it finally comes out, but everything I've seen, the more I see it, the more I hate it. But that's just me. To each their own. As we go down here, we're almost done the news, by the way. YOLO Park showed off more of their gorgeous and glorious Optimus Prime. They showed it next. Actually, there was a reviewer that showed it next to the 3.0 Optimus Prime. Man, I don't know which one is better. 3.0 does really special work. I think YOLO Park is doing the same thing. Absolutely, absolutely beautiful, I gotta say. The YOLO Park one's going to stand 30 centimeters. It is a pre-painted model kit that you got to put together, but looks really great once you put it together. So I can't argue with that. Super 7 showed off some images of their Grimlock and Dino mode, of RC, of Reflector, and the last one is Prowl. I think the Prowl looks the worst. I think the Prowl looks real rough. I'm not going to lie. Not a fan of the Prowl. I think all bulkheads are garbage. Even though I'm a fan of them. I think that Prime done all right with bulkhead. I think the Prime one done all right. Honestly, I used the Last Night Hound as my bulkhead, and I love that mold. It's crazy how much better the concept art of Legacy Bulkhead looks than the actual thing. Yes, Waspmater, I'm right there with you. The concept art looked infinitely better. But you know what? The concept art for the alt mode of the Bumblebee Soundwave also looked better than what the actual alt mode looks like. When I look at the concept art for that Soundwave alt mode, I'm like, yeah, I can see how that's a hovercraft. When I look at the actual alt mode, I'm like, why are you doing that to Soundwave? He looks uncomfortable because it looks like a nothing. Shaman isn't accurate, but I kind of dig the idea of a G1 bulkhead. So would I if they did it good, but this is not good. I can't wait till Legacy Bulkhead to land and Hasbro does. Spider's fine. They won't, because fans are suckers and they're going to buy them anyway, because plastic addiction is a real thing. I hate to say it, but it's a real thing. Eventually, the bottom's going to fall into this, right? Like, it can't go on like this forever. I hate to say it, but it can't. Something got to change, man. One way or another, something got to change. Yeah, done a little corporate man. I done a little corporate man, and I done a little creator in the corporate man earlier. Just a little one. Just a little one. Went to Toys R Us, gave the girls a stink eye about the high prices on the way out. I hear you, man. I hear you. I should do that. We should all do that. Totally forgot about the Bumblebee Soundwave concept art. I'm the only one that's okay with stuff like Legacy Bulkhead, and the rest. I doubt you're the only one that's okay, but I don't know why you like junk. That's what I'm going to say. Why would you like overpriced junk? And it is. Let's make no mistake. Objectively speaking, it's not subjective. Objectively speaking, the vast majority here looks like it's going to be overpriced junk. I hate to say it, but like right away, drag strip to combine comes apart in two halves. All you need for that whole figure to be ruined is a misformed mushroom peg. That's all you're going to need. And then he's going to be junk. I hate to say it, but now if you guys love it, I wish you the best of luck. I hope that you're happy. I hope you're happy with what you get. I hope you're happy with the money that you invest in it. I hope that Legacy is everything that you wish for it to be. But I'm already looking at the best worst list of 2022. And I don't know if there's going to even be 10 on each one. I really don't know if I'm going to end up even buying 20 this year. We'll see. We'll see. But in a way, I'm kind of happy. Like, if you like Legacy, cool. I'm happy because I don't want to spend the money on it. I guess I'm to a point where like I don't need anything much that's there. And the few things that I do need, I'll get those. What? If you give any of the stuff at the TRU here, the stink eye staff at the TRU here, the stink eye, remember, they have no control. No, I wouldn't give anybody stink eye. I wouldn't give anybody store level stink eye. I worked at retail. I know what it's like. It's not, you gotta give Hasbro the stink eye. That's who you gotta give stink eye to. And the last piece of news. So it looks like, can't believe I'm even going to say this. It looks like one of the upcoming exciting collaboratives that everybody loves, because collaboratives is amazing, is going to be with My Little Pony. And dude's name or dudette's name is going to be Equestron. I dig the name. I love how it's a play on words of equestrian. But man, a robot that turns into a My Little Pony, I don't know, man. What? For how much? Equestron? I don't know. What do you think? Like, you guys in for that? You guys in for My Little Pony Transformer? I'm curious. I'm curious about that. I think it's interesting. I want to see somebody who gets it. I want to see it. I don't want it, but I want to see it. Let's do the trivia. Let us do, if you don't mind, the trivia. The trivia tonight comes to us from Keldeo. As a matter of fact, now he put it up last week. If you were eagle-eyed, you would have seen it. And he had a bright idea. He said, hey, why don't you take a screenshot of it? I'll delete the comment. I don't know if you deleted the comment. I assume you did. But I'm going to use your question, Keldeo. It's a good one. It's a good one. So this comes from Keldeo, and it is, what was the scrapped plan for season 3 of Transformers Prime before it became Beast Hunters? What was supposed to be season 3? Was it A, a Quintesson invasion? Was it a B? I got to be able to see my writing here. The introduction of Galvatron and the Heralds of Unicron. Was it C, the arrival of Nova Prime? Or was it D, going back to Cybertron and the Trek doing that, and the introduction of the Star Seekers? So was it going to be A, a Quintesson invasion, B, the introduction of Galvatron and the Heralds of Unicron, C, the arrival of Nova Prime, or D, the trek back to Cybertron and the introduction of the Star Seekers? Who or what was supposed to be season 3 story arc? Let's go back here. A version of Battle Unicorn from Beast Machines would be interesting, Keldeo. Someone made Beast Wars Megatron that turned into a My Little Pony. That's weird. Golden Girls and Transformers. I need a Transformer that turns into Blanche. I'll be honest, I'm shocked I took this long to do a My Little Pony. So am I, especially since they I think they own both properties. We can double dip and don't have to pay any royalties. Yay! That's what they love. Candy Kick. Oh my. Three's Company inspired sitcom with My Little Pony, Megatron, and Soundwave. Oh, that would be something. Let's see what we got here. Oh man, let's see what we got here from you guys. We have D, Star Seekers. B, okay, time to go. C, D. D, you guys know D. It was travel back and the introduction of the Star Seekers. I'm not gonna lie, never in my life have I heard of a Star Seeker. I don't have a clue what it is. Don't care what it is. I feel like that's a comic books thing. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like it's a comic books thing. As a 15-year-old, aren't you just 14 recently, Logan? As a 15-year-old collector, buying some of the few new things I want to buy, it's going to be very tough. Yeah, you're right. It is. For somebody young without that disposable income, very tough. The problem with Hasbro doing crossovers of their own properties is one will be popular and the other will be fledgling. Yes, you're right. I agree. You're absolutely right. I apologize. Had tons of fun. As usual, got to go. I'm just about done here anyway. Star Seekers are space pirates. Fun fact, the idea of Galvatron and Unicron's Herald is based on Transformers Prime for fan project. People got a lot of fan projects. Star Seekers were a Beast Wars thing, I think. I don't remember the Star Seekers. I got to be honest. I don't remember. And yeah, it is D, the Star Seekers, yeah. And we're going to get out of here. This is the last thing. This is the pickup. And happy birthday, Logan, if it was. Oh, it was my birthday recently. There you go. See, I noticed. Happy birthday, buddy. Hope it was a good one. Okay. Hey, Slow, coming in, man, right at the bitter end, but you're here for the most important part, this week's pickup. And I wasn't going to get this. Had no interest in getting this. I got it for a very, very specific reason. And it is none other than, this is what I'm ending Kingdom with, Kingdom Core Class Hot Rod. Yes, Core Class Hot Rod. Was not going to get this guy. Found out he was around locally and decided to get him for a very specific, explicit reason. And we're going to talk about that reason tomorrow. This is going to be tomorrow's review. We'll talk about the reason I got him tomorrow and what I think of him. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, I love you guys. I appreciate you very much coming by. Thank you, Grimlock Gone. I can't say thank you enough for jumping on being part of the team as one of our absolute newest channel members. I love you guys. I appreciate you coming by and give me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. You can check us out on Patreon. You can see what we offer to you through Teespring. Of course, just like GrimlockGon, you can hit the join button and become a channel member right here on YouTube. Don't forget, man, to also hit the subscribe button, stick around, have some fun with us, and that somehow, some way, each and every single solitary day, you right there, you do make a difference. And I look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams on Thursday nights right here, right now, at the stop motion premieres of the old-fashioned way, baby, inside the videos. This is always the awkward part.